Hello, this is a 140 Q&A test. Plaintiff attorney is Mr. Baxter, B-A-X-T-E-R. Defense attorney is Mr. Bonito, B-O-N-I-T-O. Again, plaintiff Mr. Baxter, B-A-X-T-E-R. Defense is Mr. Bonito, B-O-N-I-T-O. Okay, and this is going to start with defense attorney. Ready? Now, with regard to that tire mark, did you note that that tire mark that you circled in all those photos, did you know that that was not recorded by Officer Hamilton in his very detailed legend that he prepared for the physical evidence? I think that it was. That is vague and ambiguous, counsel. Do you understand my question? I believe that it was. Okay, where is it? Can you show me? I believe it's the tire friction mark on the first bulletin. I'm sorry, where is it at? I believe that it's the tire friction mark that's indicated on the first bulletin, first bullet. So the one that the tire friction mark that we just saw, that you circled on this picture here, you understand that that's the mark that Officer Hamilton refers to in his first bullet point here on line 3, page 7? Yes, I do. Okay, so you agree that that's what it is? I'm under the impression that is the tire friction mark. So what he did not put in is that very first tire mark that you circled on the very first photograph. Is that correct? That is correct. Do you know, as you sit here today, if this bullet point on page 7 on line 3, if his reference to this tire friction mark, do you know if he's referring to the friction mark that you've circled in the photograph here, or is it the tire friction mark that you've circled on 7197? Or don't you know? I believe it's the one that I indicated on 7197. Okay, and I guess the best way to determine would be to ask him. Correct, yes. Now you utilized tire friction marks to determine the point of impact. Is that correct? Yes, that is correct. And if you found that the tire friction mark that you saw on photograph 7189 was not left by this accident, that could change your mind as to the area of the impact. Is that correct? It could? Can you repeat the question, please? Sure. If you found that the tire friction mark that you've circled on 7189 of Exhibit 14 was not caused in this accident, that could cause you to change your mind as to determination of the area of impact, correct? That is vague and ambiguous. That also lacks foundation. You can go ahead and answer. I guess it could. It depends. If you found that the tire friction mark that you have circled in this photograph right here was not caused by this accident, that could cause you to change your opinion as to the area of impact, true? Counsel, same objections. Not necessarily, no. So what you're saying is the tire friction mark that's on 7197, that really doesn't have any bearing on your determination of the area of impact. Is that right? That is correct. Okay, so tell me, if that didn't have any bearing on your decision. Oh, I'm sorry. This tire friction mark does have a bearing on determining the actual area of the impact. Okay, let's do it this way. Let me be fair to you and ask you the question again. I don't think I was clear. Okay, if you found out that the tire friction mark that was on the road that you circled in this photograph, that is right in front of you, was not caused in this accident. If you found that out, then that would cause or could cause you to change your mind on the area of impact. Is that accurate? It is an incomplete hypothetical. It also lacks foundation and assumes facts not in evidence. Go ahead, you may answer. Well, it calls for speculation too. Okay, so this tire friction mark, you did not rely on. When I say this one, I mean that you did not rely on this in determining the area of impact. Is that correct? No, not entirely. Well, did you rely on it at all? Yes, I did. Not enough to where if you found out if it was not caused in the accident, that it would make any difference, correct? That is correct, yes. Okay, what else did you rely on? What other roadway markings did you rely on in determining the area of impact in this case, other than the tire mark you've circled on Exhibit 14 in this photo right here? What else did you rely on in your investigation? I also relied on the pool of fluid, which appears to be some type of oil, and also the large debris. That's the field of glass that's further west of the tire friction mark. Okay, is there anything else that helped you determine that? No, that is it. All right. We do have a word list. We've got Officer Hamilton, capital O on officer. Hamilton, capital Hamilton. And then when they refer to exhibit and then the number, for example, exhibit 10, you will capitalize E on exhibit, capital EXHIBIT, and then use the number, whatever the number is. Just, you don't spell it out, you use the actual number. Okay, photograph, when they refer to a particular photograph, you're going to capitalize the P on photograph. Okay, capital PHOTOGRAPH, and then use the number, whatever the number is of the photograph. Don't spell out the number, just use the actual number. Okay, and that's it for the word list. So that concludes our 140 Q&A test. Good luck.